Welcome to the room of sticky heat.
It's not too bad, mate.
It's not too bad.
It's nothing compared to the old room.
It's better than being outside, actually, at the moment. So what do you reckon then? Remaking Star Wars The Last Jedi? What do you reckon?
Are we starting the podcast?
Just conversationally, because, you know, we spoke about it last week. But
did you?
You're a Star Wars fan, so...
It's bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could say like those twats that... As much as I enjoyed it, but also didn't enjoy it, you don't just go around remaking films because you feel like that film didn't touch you properly. Or it touched you in the wrong way.
Just the right way. It won't happen, though, will it?
This film put a finger up my arse. I need a new version of this film that doesn't put a finger up my arse.
It's not going to happen, though, is it? We're not going to get a remake.
This is the same shit that goes on with the Zack Snyder cut of...
what, petitions to get...
Of Justice League?
Yeah.
People were idiots. They're over-entitled as well.
Yeah, that may be something to do with it, mightn't it? Feeling as if you are actually entitled to be able to do this sort of thing. It's a bit weird. Personally, I quite like Last Jedi. I know you enjoyed it. It's got a very high Rotten Tomatoes score. I don't think for a second anyone would even allow this to happen. Although I quite like the director's... what's the director of Last Jedi? What's his name?
Ryan Johnson. His
reaction was like, yes, please, let this happen. And I'm kind of on board with that, because I just want to know how long it's going to be until we get the remake of the remake.
I don't know.
Anyway.
In other news, Carrie Fisher's dead.
This is also true. That's a big problem. What would you do about that? Oh, make a digital version of her, I suppose.
And actually what they're really saying is just remake the new films as well, aren't they? They don't really just mean 8, do they?
Do they not?
Because if you took it to the logical conclusion, there's enough people pissed off with The Force Awakens.
Yeah, true.
Then being like, remake them all.
Although The Force Awakens was more fondly received.
If you were going to do anything, I would have remade the prequels.
Yeah.
I would have
exactly
just gone,
what I said.
You know when they screwed up the extended universe and went, none of it's canon, and they went, this is canon, and it was 1, 2, 3, the Clone Wars TV show, 4, 5, 6, and Rebels.
You can retract that, can't you? By remaking.
You could have just gone. What they should have done is gone. The only thing that's canon is 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
And then you could have reimagined the rise of Darth Vader.
That's very true. I like that. Disney, if you're listening, we've got a solution for you. It's quite a good one.
It's too late now.
I think
they should have done that already.
Anywho, so this is a SNEWS Button show where we bring you about 40 minutes of TV, movie, pop culture news, and then we'll hit a button. Well, an alarm will go, and then we'll hit a button. We'll do some trailers and stuff, and then, we do have another show, a review show, if Ross has seen anything. We'll get round to that in a bit, though.
Yeah, it might be a bit short, unless it's a football.
Generally, 2 shows every week. Check out our stuff. Write in snewwiththecrew@gmail.com. Let's do a show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SNEWS Button with, in case you haven't guessed it, Mr. Roscoe Murphy.
Hello.
And me, Mr. Chris Quinton. Hello. On this hot, bright, beautiful, sunny day, or whatever it is, wherever you are right now.
When did it last rain?
Months ago.
It was like 3 weeks ago, isn't it?
I can't remember.
I haven't seen grass so yellow in this country.
Whatever. Come on.
Well, not that I can remember. I know, like in New Zealand, Australia, and America, they just let it go yellow.
We're having bushfires, man. It's that hot. We're having bushfires in the UK. I love it. Well, I don't love it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's quite crazy. I really want to see...
If it can stay like this until October, that would be brilliant.
What I really want to see is news coverage of these tiny little... Because let's face it, by comparison to anything that might happen in Australia or America, this is tiny. It's nothing. It's all right, it might hit a village, but it might not. And it seems to be quite under control. However, I'd really love to see American news coverage, to see what it's like. If it's like, disaster, fire everywhere... The whole of north of England is in flames. Yeah. Because that happens. I mean, not the flames, I mean the news.
They're going, it could take 2 or 3 days to put out.
Yeah, not like in the US, so it'll be just burning for months. Oh, we've got quite a few US listeners. If any of you out there have seen any crazy news footage of the scrub fires in the UK, give us a shout, let us know. Find a link for us, send us a video, anything you want. snewwiththecrew@gmail.com, find us on Facebook. Tweet at us, all the usual stuff.
Here we go, live to Manchester, England.
Right. Oh, we've got a listener letter, actually.
Have we?
We have.
People still writing in?
From Mr. John Bunday.
Standard John.
Standard John. Although it is quite relative to something that we've got later on in the show. So perhaps we'll read it out then. John Bunday, we're going to read out your letter, mate. Stay tuned. In the meantime, box office, Ross.
Yep.
Guess what's at number 1?
Jurassic World.
It still is, yes. Although this is the franchise's largest weekend-to-weekend drop-off as far as viewers are concerned at the cinema.
Yeah. Well, you've made 5 movies at this point.
And it's up against a hell of a lot as well.
Why do people care? And why do studios think that the Fast and the Furious is the rule as opposed to the exception?
What, as in it set a standard for how long it could stay?
No, they just think that they can franchise every movie and it will be the Fast and the Furious.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But the Fast and the Furious is an anomaly. It's not It's not the rule.
Yeah, true. But franchises are what they're going for generally across the board, isn't it? I don't know if Fast and the Furious... Is Fast and the Furious the example that they're allowing themselves to be led by? Or is it Marvel?
Yes, because Marvel's not... No, because every Marvel movie is different, yeah?
Yep.
Jurassic Park is a movie... all movies about dinosaurs in the same way as Fast and Furious is all movies about heists in the cars.
Yeah, I suppose.
Every Marvel movie's even different genres, aren't they?
Yeah, true.
Franchise and shared universes are different. They're different, aren't they?
You don't think you're going to end up with I suppose we're quite close to an R-rated Jurassic World movie, aren't we? Really, they're pretty nasty and hectic and scary, and
yeah, I don't think
they've only got to be bloodthirsty, and then that's it, isn't it? Got to be bloody and have an F word in them, more than one F word.
Yeah, I don't think they need it, do they?
No.
They're
probably sitting quite comfortably where they are with their target audience.
Yep.
Whereas...
It's pretty hard to cock up dinosaurs, though, as well, isn't it?
It's true. Who doesn't want to see dinosaurs? Who doesn't want to see dinosaurs? If you don't want to see dinosaurs,
don't go to the cinema.
Yeah, don't go to the cinema. Not right now, anyway. Right, so, the top 10, if you want to know. Jurassic World, Incredibles 2, Sicario, Uncle Drew. Oh, Sicario 2, apparently it's rubbish. Saw a pretty scathing review of it from Mark Commode the other day.
Ooh.
It's, doesn't deserve to be a sequel to the original Sicario, apparently. It's got a lot to live up to. You know what I mean? Have you seen the first Sicario movie?
Yep. It's really good, isn't it?
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
Nail-biting stuff, like edge-of-the-seat, action-y kind of... Yeah, I like it. Very tense. Oh, it's Danny Villeneuve as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's a good director. So, Jurassic World, Incredibles 2, Sicario, Day of Soldado, Uncle Drew, I don't know what that one is, Ocean's 8, Tag, Deadpool 2, Sanju, don't know what that one is, Solo, A Star Wars Story, and Won't You Be My Neighbour, which is the Mr. Rogers documentary. That's it's tough competition at the cinema right now, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also a little bit like, yeah.
Are you not enthralled by that list?
Right, so Jurassic World I wouldn't mind seeing, but I'm not going to rush to the cinema and watch it. Although the air conditioning would be
right,
really nice.
You may not rush to the cinema, but as soon as you can, you're going to watch at least 6 of those.
Oh, yeah, sorry,
online.
yeah.
So...
all I really took in was at the end you went Star Wars, and I was like, yeah.
But yes.
But Incredibles, yeah, I'd like to see that.
It's doing very well, actually. It had a 200 million production budget, and it's currently taken just under 650 worldwide. It's beat the first movie.
I know this
hands
is
down.
Greedy, but what's next from Pixar? Is it Toy Story 4?
Ooh, yes, I think it might be. I may be wrong, but yeah. Anything else to know about the box office? Not really. Oh, Jurassic World, you might as well know their budget. That was 170 million. That's quite interesting if you look at the two movies. 170 million for Jurassic World and 200 million for Incredibles.
How animation movies so expensive?
Yeah.
Aren't they?
I don't know. Are animated movies so expensive,
you just told
Ross?
me the budget is 200 million.
But generally speaking, you'd think that like massive animatronic robots or computer-generated dinosaurs running around the place would be quite expensive to make, right? You got a movie absolutely chock full of them.
Well, you'd still think an animated movie is cheaper to make than a live-action movie, though, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
And
so I'm quite surprised by that. No? Okay.
Yeah, they spend all the money goes on tech then, doesn't it?
On?
Tech,
yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the characters look pretty slick now compared to how they did 10 years ago, so they've been spending the money on something.
Servers,
yeah, absolutely.
Render farms.
What, the guys that bring them their coffee? No. Right. Comic book news. You like this bit, Ross?
Yep, it's my favourite segment of the podcast.
Especially when it's poster news.
Oh, even better.
Poster news. M. Night Shyamalan.
Yep. This section's getting worse and worse.
He's...
Do you want a comic book poster about a movie director who's not very good? Yeah, okay, Chris, go for it.
However, Unbreakable and Glass... Or Unbreakable and... What's the other one that he has released? This is for Glass. So what did he release? The one with...
Split, that's
the one. So, yeah, Split and Unbreakable are pretty good stand-up movies, aren't they?
They're not bad. Unbreakable's pretty good.
They're good Shyamalan movies, though, aren't they?
Yeah. Along with Signs, that's about it. I like The Village
I don't like The Village, personally. I like Sixth Sense. I quite liked The Visit.
I've not seen it.
Have you not?
No.
It's worth it. It's a typical Shyamalan movie. But it's not groundbreaking in any way, but it's just quite typical of him. And it's quite fun if you just let it be a movie and don't analyse it too much, you know. It's got a twist. Of course it has. But yes, so the poster for the movie Glass has been teased this week, and there's a hint that they are going to be showing the trailer for the movie at the San Diego Comic-Con on the panel day, which is, on their panel day, which is the 20th of July. So it's not far away.
No. It's not really a surprise that trailer's going to be shown at Comic-Con, is it?
Well, it's not a comic. It's based on comic book stuff, but it's not...
Comic book tropes.
Yes.
Superheroes and villains.
There may be a comic of out there these days. I don't know. Adam might know, but yeah, I've never seen one.
The other thing is Comic-Con's not very comic-y anymore, is it?
No, you're right. It's a bit of everything, isn't it, really?
It's like this podcast.
That's true. We try and be fairly, versatile? As much as possible. We've got some computer news this evening, for instance.
What, computer news?
But we'll get to that.
Actual computers, like PCs and Macintoshes.
Very much like PCs and Macintoshes. But, well, less than the Macintosh. But anyway, right, Jared Leto. You like Jared Leto, don't you?
He's all right.
You're not very excited this evening at all.
Yeah, but you're not giving me anything to be excited about. You're just like, the guy from Requiem from Dream. Yeah.
You could help and make it interesting to listen.
He's going to be in a Joker movie.
No, he's not.
With shit tattoos.
And if you're going to be a pansy about it, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Come on, spill it.
Jared Leto. You like Jared Leto?
No, I don't, but carry on. He's trying to make me to change my opinion. Be happier. No, I'm not going to change my views.
He's going to be starring as Morbius, the living vampire, in the Spider-Man spin-off.
Yep. I've read some of these comics and seen the cartoons for this.
Uh-huh.
Is this in the proper Sony movies?
Yes.
Or is this just one of their weird...
This is in their news...
Like their Venom thing?
Yeah, well, that's...
Spider-Man can't be in it?
Yeah, well, there's nothing to say that he can't be in it.
But he probably won't be.
Well, I suppose he would have to be. I think Venom's the exception here. They're just, releasing a Venom movie that they are not, in inverted commas, having Spider-Man in. Because he's rumoured to be in it, isn't he?
Is he?
Yep.
Oh.
So, now, as we stand, the following movies are currently in production for Sony's Spider-Man universe. Of course, there's Into the Spider-Verse coming at Christmas.
Yeah, it doesn't count, does it? It's animated.
Yeah. I think it might actually change some things, though. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Venom, Silk, which we reported on last week. I don't know if you know about that one.
No.
Girl Spider-Man, person. Silver and Black, which is the Silver Sable and Black Cat.
Didn't it?
No, it's still on the table, but they're just reworking the script.
Right, okay.
All of these are in production. Morbius, that we've just spoken about, and Kraven the Hunter as well.
Yeah, I like him. He's a good character.
He's a good character, isn't he? So that one has just started to be rumoured. So that was not solid.
You can give that job to Hugh Jackman if you want.
What, Kraven the Hunter?
Yeah.
Not Roger Moore?
No.
Roger
Moore's like 95 now, isn't he?
That's all right. He'll carry it off. Be fine. Stick him in a lion skin. Be great. So yeah, and then there's a planned Spider-Man sequel, or is it Far From Home? Oh, it is. It's Far From Home is going to have Mysterio in it. So we've got quite a lot of Spider-Man coming. And it's also worth pointing out that that gives them 3 of their Sinister Six, the original Sinister Six lineup. So, so that gives us some idea of where they're perhaps headed.
I like
good?
Spider-Man. They're going to fucking ruin it, aren't they?
Well,
they've had really good goes at trying to ruin it before.
they've
ruined it twice already.
Every single opportunity.
Yeah.
Thus far, you can only hope, can't you? But all they've got to do is let people in to help. Just let Marvel in. Let people that really know what they're doing handle these characters. And I realise Kevin Feige doesn't want to be dealing with all this at the moment and introducing these characters into the existing universe because, well, it's already pretty hectic. But at some point, you've just got to do it. And just, boom, everything should be okay.
The most exciting Spider-Man thing is the new game.
When's that out? September?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that.
Yeah.
It looks fucking fantastic.
It's out like a month before my birthday. So, hint, hint, Jilly, again.
It's too late. You ain't going to wait a month for it, are you?
Yeah, why not? I'll wait years for some games.
I'll probably pre-order it. No, don't ever pre-order anything.
Why not?
Because why stick your money somewhere?
Oh, what, when you can...
Like pre-ordering from a game where you have to give them cash or off the PlayStation Store where you pay for it. Don't ever do that.
No?
But pre-order a game off a website where they just charge your card as soon as the game comes out and then it arrives quite often early.
Preferably somebody quite small and a decent small business that you can rely on and not Amazon or...
Yeah, don't use Amazon.
Support the little guy, man.
There aren't any little guys anymore.
Are there not?
Where would you buy a video game from?
I suppose...
Given an ethical choice.
I suppose the sex shop is quite big now as well, isn't it? They're all over the place.
There isn't anywhere, is there?
You're right, they've all gone.
Yeah.
That's quite depressing.
What shop did you say?
One on Scarrett's Lane. CEX.
CEX? I thought you said sex shop.
I did say the sex shop.
I just ignored you because I thought you were doing an awful joke.
That's what
CEX are a franchise anyway, and they don't sell new games, so ignore that.
You just call it
everything
sex,
in there's overpriced.
That's why it's called
call
that.
it CEX.
That's why it's called that. It's supposed to be kind of like, oh, does that say sex or is it CEX? Have you never thought of that?
Stands for crap, everything X overpriced.
They're not that bad, are they?
Yeah.
Are they? It's quite comparable to Game, I think.
No, but what the thing is, if you want to buy something used, you could always buy it from somebody and you give them more than CEX will give them.
Right.
And still get it for less than CEX would charge you for it.
You mean like eBay or something, or just sell it locally?
eBay, White Bay.
Face Bay. All the bays. In eBay. Right, some quickfire Marvel news just to finish off the comic book section. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, they've finished writing it. Well, he's finished writing it, Mr. Gunn. They're going to start shooting in 2019.
Yay.
Marvel Studios are definitely going to make a Doctor Strange 2.
It's not surprising though, is it?
No, not at all. And they're
going to do that. Well, there's going to be a Black Panther 2, isn't there? They invest all this effort into a character. They
would be stupid to not do a Black Panther 2, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
It's one of the highest grossing movies ever. And, yes, the Avengers Infinity War and... Avengers 4 and Avengers Infinity War cinematographer may well have leaked the name of Avengers 4 this week. Did you see that?
On his LinkedIn profile or something?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Updated his LinkedIn profile. However, the Russo brothers said absolutely months ago...
That's probably just a production title, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 9, Blue Harvest something dark side.
So, yes, the reason for this being, the Russo brothers said absolutely months ago that the title for the second movie is not spoken by any character in the script.
Right.
So it can't be Endgame, because Doctor Strange says it during the movie.
When's it coming out?
Good question. Do you want to know?
But they've done all the... Did they do all the principal photography at the same time?
They did. I think it's coming out the same time in the year as the last one. So when was that?
Okay.
Like
so they are
March.
literally... It's like Lord of the Rings. It's just going to have a year of post-production.
Yeah. Yeah, 26th of April next year. Thank you, Google. You'll be happy to know that's the end of the comic book stuff, Ross.
Yay.
Westworld Season 2.
No.
Have you seen it yet?
No.
It's it's finished, right?
Hey, we're down to about 20 episodes of Parks and Rec, so that's like it's about 7 hours left of Parks and Rec to watch.
Which is like a week.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start Handmaid's Tale. And then Westworld.
Oh, as long as it takes you 2 weeks... Oh, actually, it doesn't matter, because it's going to take you more than 2 weeks to get through A Handmaid's Tale, isn't it? So It's 13 episodes of Season 2. The last one will be in a fortnight's time.
Well, you say that. We might start watching Handmaid's Tale and watch, 5 episodes in one night like we did last time.
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking
easily
good.
done. Although, I would say, specifically, it's slowed down a bit. They've sort of realised that they're going to get like more than 3 or 4 seasons out of this, and the pace has slowed quite a lot.
Damn it!
And the same thing has happened with Westworld.
If it turns into The Walking Dead, I'll be really shitty.
It's not that slow, but it is pretty slow. So binging it might be painful.
Okay.
I found out with Westworld, I had to give myself some breaks. They're both good to go though, mate, if you want to start binging them, and everyone out there, of course.
Westworld's finished now, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. It finished last week, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it's pretty cool, mate. There's some really good stuff in it. Go and watch it. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's back, man.
Yeah, he is. I know this one.
Go on.
He's going to be Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic movie, isn't he?
He certainly is.
Is this movie animated?
It is part and part, yes.
Right, okay. So he's going to be animated. I hope he method acts it and just gets really fat.
Yeah, well, prosthetics. He might not need to.
Yeah, I love him. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched some clips of Ace Ventura the other day because we were just talking about it. Oh, I had a really weird dream. I woke up and I was just going, Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. And Anna was like,
what the hell?
She's like, what? Are you all right? I was like, yeah. When you wake up in the middle of a dream, all I can remember is... And I just went, Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. And she's like, where did that come from? I was like, I don't know.
Well, you do know.
But why was I dreaming about a 20, 30-year-old movie?
And the lines from it as well. I understand if the characters are in your dream or something, or you're in a set piece or something, but specific script.
Einhorn is a man.
Anyway, look, yes, he is going to be Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie with James Marsden and Tika Sumpter, if either of those names mean anything to you.
James Marsden?
James Marsden is
I thought he was a chef and also the son of John Marsden, the protagonist in Red Dead Redemption.
Ah, well, that's interesting because he's the guy that plays Teddy in Westworld.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was also, it was in the X-Men, wasn't he? Who was he in the X-Men? Oh, Cyclops.
Oh, yeah.
In the new younger X-Men type movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the director for that one is Jeff Fowler. Directorial debut for him, but he did some of the visual effects on Where the Wild Things Are. If you enjoyed that movie. Have you not?
No.
I quite like that film. It's quite humanist and quite slow, and it's not for everyone. I get that, but I really like it, just because I like the source material. Do you remember the book?
I remember my cousins having the book.
Right.
I remember the artwork, with those big sort of Gruffalo type things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So in your head, you've got some solid imagery. Oh, do you remember the McFarlane toys?
No.
Oh, they were really good. Like, considering they were taken from 2D drawings of these characters, they did a great job.
Cool.
They look really, really nice. Go and check them out. They're probably going for quite a lot of money, I imagine.
Do you know, when I lost interest in toys, like everyone else went, oh, toys are brilliant now, they do every sort of one. I went, yeah, toys are rubbish now because they've started doing Hellraiser ones.
Why did that particularly turn you off?
I just thought, why are you making toys of like horror characters?
Yeah.
I'm just not the sort of person who's like on board with that.
It was McFarlane generally, I think, wasn't it? That started doing that.
But so I can imagine some people going, oh yeah, I got Freddie Mercury, Freddy Krueger action figure, and I'd be like, why?
As long as it looks good, it looks like a decent statuette on your shelf, then it's going to cost you a lot less money than a decent statuette. So a really good figure that looks like a really good quality thing is so much cheaper than a decent statuette.
I do say that. I do sometimes look at hot toys and just think, oh, I'd like that hot toy.
Oh, is that a specific brand, or is that?
Yeah, the ones I think they're 1/6 size. They're quite big, but they're super detailed. They're
okay.
$300, aren't they?
Yeah, another ones you mean.
They do like a
they had a Deadpool in the local shop.
But they do like things like Boba Fett and stuff. But then when they do Star Wars characters, the face sculpts are incredible.
Cool.
But yeah,
I didn't realise they were hot toys. But yeah,
no, I think that's a range within Make. Adam corrected us on it the other week.
Right. Okay. Indiana Jones, Ross.
Yeah.
You like a bit of indie?
Yep.
This will be the 4th movie, of course.
Yep.
It's being written.
Do you know what his production name is?
What, the Indiana Jones movie?
Yeah.
No. Go on.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. Because they haven't used that yet.
I see where you're going with that. Right, John Kasdan is taking over writing.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
So that's the guy that wrote...
That's going to upset people, isn't it?
Well, what, because of the Star Wars thing?
See, I've made this... because of the Star Wars thing.
I think... Okay, let's make this very clear. So he's the guy that wrote Han Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I don't.
It's a pretty good, certainly a well-put-together script. Handled pretty well as a movie, I thought.
Did you go to cinema and watch it?
No, I watched it on my phone.
I accidentally did this thing where I clicked on a link. What I didn't realise is there's this really sort of like nutty, nerdy, right-wing mentalness about Star Wars these days.
Yes.
Yeah. And now my YouTube...
Horrendously so, yeah.
Now my YouTube, you know how it tailors to you?
Yes.
Is all corrupted because I clicked on a what's wrong with episode 8 thing.
Right.
And it basically... Now YouTube thinks I'm one of these people that want to be angry with the world. Yeah, it only takes
so long to secure
It doesn't.
That.
It keeps coming back.
Really?
Just keeps coming back.
The last time I saw you were complaining because Anna had corrupted you.
Oh, yeah, no, but this is...
feed.
I think it's a combination of, like, watching a load of James O'Brien clips from LBC.
Right.
So then, now they've started trying to drop in, like, Nigel Farage clips from LBC.
Right.
Because they don't know the distinction between... the two presenters. So it goes, you clicked on why we don't like episode 8 and you like LBC, so you are a basement-dwelling right-wing nutcase.
So you might like this.
So you might like these other people angry at the SJWs ruining Star Wars. What are all these women on all these films? They bring nothing to the structure of this movie. Even a 7-year-old without a directing degree. I have watched over 4,000 films. I should be able to critique this the way I want it made.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Wankers.
So you don't want to watch those movies, those videos on YouTube?
No, I don't. YouTube, sort that out for me.
What could you do? Is there a way of erasing it or resetting it?
Yeah, you probably just start watching a load of documentaries by Noam Chomsky and it'll sort itself out.
Maybe. Line up a few and then go out for a few hours. Because you can select what to play next, can't you?
Yeah, but it'll do that stupid thing where if I just left it on a like James O'Brien clips to try and fix it, I'd come back and Nigel Farage would be on my computer. Yeah, it don't work. Fair
enough. It'll just come back around. Look, anyway, yes, John Kasdan writing Indiana Jones. I quite enjoyed Star Wars. I'm quite hopeful for this movie, but I was quite hopeful for the last one. So
yeah,
the one that we say didn't happen, but it did.
I don't care for Indiana. I don't know what they want to do with Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's a bit like throwing mud at the wall, isn't it?
Reboot it. Just cast Chris Pratt and do stuff after the Second World War for a few years.
Make it a bit more relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But then at the same time, you could just say, just let Chris Pratt be Nathan Drake in an Uncharted movie as well.
And just stop doing Indiana Jones altogether.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about
that? No, nothing. I think I've said enough about that.
Fair enough.
You need to get a rise out of me. Something Lucasfilm related.
There we are. Right, Zachary Quinto has said that Tarantino's Star Trek movie is going to bring back J.J. Abrams' cast. So that would be the Kelvin timeline.
Oh, I was listening to a podcast where they're saying that Chris Hemsworth's going to be in it, isn't he?
What, in the new Star Trek?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So they think that the Kelvin timeline... So they're speculating the Kelvin timeline will become canon because somehow they'll go back to the point and it'll be like The Voyage Home and then they'll erase the Kelvin timeline.
Right. So what, they'll just go back to that point in time where The Voyage Home happened?
No, like it'd just be like The Voyage Home where they just do time travel, don't they?
Right, okay.
But they stop Chris Hemsworth. People are speculating that the Kelvin timeline Enterprise crew will sacrifice themselves to save Kirk's father so that the Enterprise crew is the crew that it was meant to be.
Ah, okay.
And Vulcan still exists.
Ah.
And then they could do a new movie and it could have all the new cast. but it wouldn't be a reboot. And it'd be really funny to do Star Trek V where Kirk and Spock's relationship is exactly how people want it to be, but it's still played by the same characters.
Yeah, fair enough. It kind of please everyone.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. I like the sound of a Quinton Tarantino Star Trek, to be honest. It'd be very interesting to see what happens with it.
I'd like to see a Quentin Tarantino movie where he can't swear in it.
Yeah, his next movie's not going to be that, is it? That's the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood movie. There's been some set photos released of that this week, actually.
It's basically his LA Noir, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, to a degree. But yeah. I love that movie, LA Noir.
It's fucking incredible, isn't it?
It is.
Book's really good as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Never read it. I don't think I knew it was a book, to be honest. Is it Roman Polanski? It is. The movie.
No.
The movie's Roman Polanski, isn't it?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. You thinking Chinatown?
I'm thinking Chinatown. Hey. Okay. Chinatown's very good. I have seen LA Noir. That's the one with Guy Pearce, right?
No, No, we're all wrong.
That's LA Confidential.
LA Confidential
What's
is
LA
the James.
Noir?
LA Noir is the Rockstar game, which is LA Confidential, the video game.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
There we are.
And I say that, like, knowing that LA Confidential is one of my favourite films.
Right.
It's just hot and light. I own it on Blu-ray. It's one of those films that I'm like, it's good enough that I need to have a physical copy of it.
Fair enough. Speaking of physical things, Roscoe, Atari.
Yep.
They're bloody back, aren't they?
Don't care.
Well, they're trying to be back.
Trying to launch this console.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to do it on... I tell you what, before we do that, we need to roll in a listener question, don't we?
John Bundy's listener question.
John Bundy's listener question. Title of the email, listener question, as it happens. Hi, Chris. Another question for you and the crew, please. I've started playing a game funded by Kickstarter, Dreamfall Chapters. And so I wondered if any of you have done crowdfunding, games or otherwise, and if so, were you happy with the final product? Catch you on the podcast feed, John.
Yes.
You ever done anything crowdfunding?
Short answer is no, I've never kickstarted anything.
Right.
Because I've either missed the boat and then now I've hit a point of like, if the product's going to exist, it'll just exist, won't it?
True.
But I have contributed to people's crowdsourcing.
Right.
Like I've paid people for stuff on Patreon as opposed to... I've paid people to produce content as opposed to buying a product that never existed.
Okay. But you've contributed towards somebody's Kickstarter, you just said?
No. Never done a Kickstarter for a product.
Okay.
But I've quite often paid people for Patreon contributions.
Right. Okay.
For
I like the idea
production.
of Kickstarter, though. I think it's quite cool.
Yeah, but there's lots of stuff doesn't come out.
Yeah,
or
true.
It's not very good.
Lots of people
when it
that
does
just
come out.
run off with the money.
Yep. Happens all the
Spend it
time.
on lavish lifestyles just for 5 minutes.
Before they go to prison.
Yes, absolutely. So yes, this Atari computer, this is a crowdfunding or a Kickstarter thing, isn't it?
Yeah, what, the console?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really overpriced, isn't it?
Oh, is it? The Atari VTS, is it? Or VCS?
So. I don't care about Atari, though. I think I'm just young enough that I like Atari stuff. The graphics are so bad. I'm like, no, I'm out. I could play Jet Set Willy, but but I can't play red blocks versus blue blocks.
So for people at home that don't know about this, right? So Atari are attempting to release a console, or at least no, a third party is attempting to release an Atari console.
Yep.
Now it's classically styled. It's based on what was their
like 40-year-old technology.
Yeah.
At this
What
point.
was the one with the wooden panel across the front? What was that called? 2600. I've got it in my notes. Yeah. So it's using the original Atari 2600 for inspiration. It's still got a real wooden front panel.
Yeah.
And this thing will basically come with a bunch of classic arcade games. Some of them sort of given a bit of a modern twist, preloaded onto it. And then you'll have access to a load of modern and indie PC titles from a wide range of independent developers. Voice control and an integrated web browser for full access to the internet. And, yeah, of course, all the streaming and stuff that the internet has to offer.
So it's actually just a computer with a fancy case, isn't it?
Yes, it's a computer with a fancy Atari logo. What's the point? Who are the target audience?
50-year-old men with expendable income.
It's not going to go anywhere, is it?
Because if they're 40, they don't care.
Oh, look, that might sell it. It gets released with 2 controllers. You get 2 controllers when
And
you
they're 2 of the
purchase it.
shittest controllers I've ever used in my whole entire life.
One of them's the classic
the Atari joystick
one.
is so bad.
It's like the really tight little kind of... It's
and not micro-switched.
And yeah, exactly.
So just floppy. Like, you never know when it's making a movement. Shittest controller ever.
There you go.
Not as uncomfortable as the original NES controller, but still terrible.
The original NES controller. Oh, yeah. It gives you real bad hand cramps, doesn't it, after a while?
Because it's just got it's got more right angles on than any controller ever.
Yeah.
Good D-pad and buttons, but shocking ergonomics.
There you go. Look, this thing is getting a lot of negative attention anyway, as the crowdfunding campaign nears its end. IGN got a look at the Atari, got a look at the display model during the GDC, and came away, with a real sceptical perspective on the thing.
Like, this is a cash cow money grab if ever there was one.
Yeah.
This is why I don't do Kickstarters.
Yep, I'm just confused by it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I'd be...
Just remake the Commodore Amiga.
Yeah.
Just give me a Commodore Amiga with every game ever loaded on it and a HDMI port, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, that is absolutely fair enough. I completely get that. This, I don't understand.
No.
What do you think, guys, at home? Write in and let us know. Do you think we should have this Atari thing? Would you like this Atari thing sat on your mantelpiece?
No.
Would you bother?
No.
Write in and let us know. SNEWSwiththecrew@gmail.com.
I don't even put my consoles out. I've got loads of them.
You've got vintage ones
and
stuff. Yeah. You've got them hidden away in boxes, haven't you?
Yeah.
But this is not something you want hidden away in a box, though. This is that they're developing this so that you'll use it at homes to stream all your movies and watch all your stuff and probably have Netflix on. But it's not required. Nobody really needs it. It's not like, I've got to have it because I haven't got any other devices that do all those things. Everybody's got 4 other devices in their home that do those things.
Yes.
One of them, they carry them around in their pocket all the time.
Yes.
So yes, there we are. Anyway, that'll be a snooze button then, Ross.
Yep.
Let's have a quick look at some trailers. Have you seen any trailers this week?
I tried to watch some last night and didn't really get anywhere. I think...
So is this a yes or a no?
No, this is a no, because I was like, Anna, should we watch some trailers? Because we were sat downstairs, had YouTube fired up for one reason or another.
Just go to the SNEWS Facebook page, mate. And you can just
can't do that on my Apple TV.
Why not? No, you can't.
You just can't. It's no Facebook app. Yeah, and then I was just like latest trailers, and none of them I wanted to click on. And then I was like, there's a Black Panther trailer that I hadn't seen. No, it might have started autoplaying. I was like, ooh, new Black Panther trailer. And it was just not. It was just the original Black Panther. But
That's weird.
It had loads of dialogue in it I hadn't had. Like a voiceover.
Very strange.
Maybe I just didn't pay enough attention to the movie.
Maybe isn't it a bit weird that there's a trailer out, or is the Blu-ray
I think it's just a trailer for the Blu-ray, yeah.
Right, okay. There we are then. Right. Mile 22, which is Mark Wahlberg's new movie with the same director, the guy that did all the
other
disaster
disasters.
movies.
Yeah.
So this one isn't a disaster movie.
What?
No, this is a fresh trilogy that are starting off together. We spoke about it a little while ago on the podcast.
Yeah.
So there's this guy who's played by... do you remember the lead from The Raid?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's him, and he's like a refugee from a country that's going to attack America in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
So he's arrived, and perhaps the CIA have gotten hold of him, and they're like, right, we've got to protect this guy, stop him from getting killed. We need the information that he's got, and that's it. You got a movie. So he's got loads of martial arts and stuff going on. What's his name? Jimmy Yar, is it?
Don't know.
He's got loads of martial artsy bits and stuff, and there's loads of guns and action. It looks like a typical Mark Wahlberg type movie, without transforming cars.
Cool.
Which is a good thing.
I like Mark Wahlberg.
So do I.
He's good and stuff.
I think he's underrated.
Yeah.
He's quite versatile, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's already got its sequel confirmed, apparently, this movie, because it's been testing well with audiences, and they're targeting, like I say, they're targeting a trilogy. So yeah, The House with the Clock in Its Walls. That could be easily, you could trip over that title a bit, couldn't you?
The House with the Clocks in.
The house with the cock in its balls. That's what I was going for, Ross. Oh, this is like a new Jack Black kind of kiddie, half-adult horror movie type thing.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm so not interested now.
No, nor am I. But apparently...
Shit horror movie, kids movie, Jack Black. Next.
Yeah. Well, apparently there are tons of supernatural Easter eggs in it. You know, the TV show Supernatural.
No, I don't care.
Even more of a turn-off. But there's a trailer if you fancy it. It's on our Facebook page.
Didn't he make a Goosebumps movie?
Yeah. It looks very similar.
Right.
It looks like it's Goosebumps 2, which is on the way as well, by the way. So, yeah. Get used to these types of movies from Jack Black. They've been doing very well, so shame that. Mortal Engines. I know you're kind of intrigued by it.
Yeah, like the premise is all right, but it didn't look great, does it?
The execution looks like it's going to be pretty poor, but there's a featurette out this week. If you want to go and have a little delve into it, it's there on our Facebook page. Feel free to go and have a look. There's a movie called Pincushion, which is a kind of a fantasy coming-of-age story about a girl who's adopted, and then she tries to fall into the wrong crowd and gets her fingers burnt.
Like Mean Girls?
Like Mean Girls, but English, with at least one actress that you'd recognise, actually. It looks pretty good. Go and have a look at this trailer. It's cool. Steve Carell.
Oh, this looks good.
Which one?
The one where he's recovering from the trauma and he makes the little 1940s village.
That's not the one. So we spoke about that one last week.
That looks good though, doesn't it?
It does look great.
It's based on a documentary, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
this is a real...
fish out that
it was a real bloke, was it?
Yeah.
Cool. This one also looks very, very touching. So it's Steve Carell and Timothy Chalamet,
Never
possibly, plays his son. And his son's been struggling with addiction. And Steve Carell, he thinks that he knows his son really, really well, and it all comes as a bit of a shock, and the son goes missing, and it's all kind of like, looks pretty horrendous as far as emotional kind of context is concerned. It's Amazon Studios, and like you say, it's the second Steve Carell movie we've had a trailer for in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a busy man.
Yeah, not as busy as The Rock, but he's getting there.
True. Josh Brolin. Do you like a bit of Josh Brolin?
Yeah, he's all right, isn't he?
He's pretty cool. Apparently, he's not quite happy with his Cable performance.
What? So he's lobbying 20th Century Fox to remake it?
No, nothing that bad. He just reckons he's going to try a bit harder next time.
Stop phoning these in, yeah?
To be fair, he was doing 2 quite big superhero kind of roles at once. He did a pretty good job, didn't he?
Yeah.
I reckon. Oh, have you seen Deadpool 2 yet?
No.
Okay, come watch it. Trust me, he did a pretty good job. Right, yes. The Legacy of a White-Tailed Deer Hunter. I have no idea what this movie's about. Go and have a look. The trailer's on our Facebook page. The Equalizer 2 for Paul Brown, if you're listening.
Never saw the first one.
Sorry?
Never saw the first one.
Did you not? Apparently it's very good.
Is it Denzel Washington?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's like a badass cop that, breaks the rules, man, and people's fingers. Yeah, I've not seen the first one either, I don't think, actually thinking about it, but it's based on an old British TV show, isn't it?
Yeah, that's got, is it Patrick McGoohan in?
I can't remember. I can't remember if it's Paul Brown's, if Paul Brown likes the TV show or the movie.
Yeah, he loves the original.
Right, okay.
Because I think it's Patrick McGoohan. It's Patrick McGoohan.
Who's Patrick McGoohan?
The guy from the Prisoner.
Ah, right, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. And there's 2 trailers here that I haven't seen myself yet. One called The Hate You Give, which is like a high school drama of some sort. And another one called Summer of 84, which apparently is like Stranger Things, but with serial killers.
Oh, cool.
That sounds all right.
Yeah.
And lastly, but not leastly,
Star Wars Episode 8.
No,
the
close.
Force is remade.
Very close. The Predator trailer. There's another one. Doesn't come out until September, and we've had 2 full trailers already.
Yeah,
too much marketing.
Just show you everything in that film.
Stop doing it. Stop marketing. The poster looks cool.
I still haven't seen Predators yet.
You've not seen what?
Predators.
Have you not?
No.
I think it's worth a watch. It's not groundbreaking. It's not the best movie in the world ever.
It's not as good as the problem with any Predator movie is none of them are Predator.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is one of the best films ever made.
Heard an interesting fan theory about the first Predator movie the other day. Have you heard about this one?
Nope.
That it's as it's the only film that only has one Predator in it, it's been singled out for a fan theory, which I quite like. So the fan theory suggests that actually there are 3 in the first movie. So the first one gets killed in the massive great hail of bullets with the minigun and stuff and firing wildly into
2,000
the forest.
rounds on a minigun, fall back, and what do we hit? Nothing.
If it
That
bleeds,
one.
we can kill it at that moment.
Yep.
The other one gets killed in the hand-to-hand fight with the big Apache bloke, whatever his name was.
Yes. That'd be amazing. What, they both fall off the log together and die?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And then the third one is the one that Arnie comes up against.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
That's a good fan theory. More like that, please.
I do like that fan theory. It detracts from that movie.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like the fact that he hunts them all down.
Yeah.
And he blows Apollo Creed's arm off.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No shit. Oh, I'm going to go back and watch that movie, I think.
I'm going to watch all three of them.
Yeah. Oh, Predator 2, I've not seen it in such a long time.
Yeah, because Bill Paxton's in that. You forget he's in
Yes,
that.
yeah. Yeah, true. Right, yes. And that's about it, Ross. That's all the trailers, mate. Those are all on our Facebook page. Go and have a look at our Facebook page, folks, for not just the trailers. We've got loads of links on there for stuff that we, the hosts of this era show, do outside the podcast. So, if you would, honourable mentions for Libsyn and Stitcher, who are not responsible for any of the Alien vs. Predator movies, no matter what you might hear on the internet. If you want to write into us, ladies and gents, about anything whatsoever, please do. snewthecrew@gmail.com. Facebook us, tweet at us, anything you want at us. Positively, though, if you would. Decent reviews. Always accepted. Thank you very much. Anything else you want to chuck in, Ross?
No, not really. I'm going to probably...
Should we go then?
Yeah, go for it.
Thanks very much, ladies and gents. We'll catch you again soon. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.